we are going to open within last few days balance with slight gap to the upside, and we'll see how the day develops. I think that until we can extend above all-time highs, we are to remain within this balance range. For now, both lows and highs are poor, so if we clean one reference and come back, then the opposite should be targeted. So today overnight inventory is long, and we can expect some overnight inventory correction. However, we already did correct a bit, so let's see if we can get any lower. I think that initially we can, since we are going to open quite away from the settle, so we can see some short covering, some adjustments early on, and it's also first day of the month, so there might be some rebalancing, but it will show up in the trading hours, so nothing unexpected can happen, I think. So we can either balance a bit, then attempt to fill the gap and maybe fail to revisit settle, or get rejected from it. So let's make one lower attempt, and if we see an excessive move to the upside and acceptance back above yesterday's highs, then I'd like to be long, targeting first overnight point of control, which is fairly wide, and then all-time highs. So that's the first scenario. The second probable scenario is attempt higher that fails along the way. I think that we should fail around before overnight highs or before all-time highs in order to properly roll over. If we clean those references, I think that we might see some additional strength. So if we see some weak attempt higher and then we cross the open, we get below early swing low, I think I could enter short on the pullback, targeting first gap fill, and then to get back to previous day's value. That's the second scenario. Of course, I would like to see failed look above and fail for attempt to short. But that's less probable scenario for me. I am mostly counting on this one. Let's just mark the open. Let's suppose it's the open with the O. Similarly, if we do attempt to lower a little bit, then like a mirror scenario to this one, with test drive to the upside or straight drive to the upside, I won't be shorting this. So if the attempt looks like this, and then we start forming something like this, I won't be shorting right away, because that means we are building acceptance back above all-time highs, back above overnight highs. So not ideal scenario for shorting. I'd much rather look for rotational plays if we end up building a P shape, or if we balance a bit and then continue higher in the end of the day. One more thing I'm considering, if we trade through yesterday's range and exhaust around the value area low, around the lows, then if we build some decent structure, wide point of control above, then I'd like to trade excess low and back to the middle. But this is kind of a standard scenario. I hope. I'm less inclined to trade it from the upside because we are in an uptrend, so every dip is being bought, but not every rally is being sold. If we get below yesterday's lows, I should be very careful and really trim my size. I could make one attempt here, but if we are trending lower, then I won't trade it. Maybe entire day. Yeah, if I see a trend day down and I don't catch this one, then probably I will be just sitting this out.